this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. So y'all, I'm starting to see something in young Black Americans that I really like. I'm starting to see self-respect, pride, ownership of our culture, and protection of who we are as a group in America. Because people come to the United States of America and think that we are free for them to just dump on because we don't count. And in the past, we have been sort of like in a bubble. You know, we thought we were decent people. We're trying to do what's right. And we don't mean anybody any harm. But they come here with an arrogant attitude, trying to piss all over you, being disrespectful, and thinking that, well, America is all about white people. It's not about these black people. And black people from other parts of the world come here with that attitude. And in the past, we haven't really been aware of it or haven't really taken it on. But this generation is willing to take it on, and I like the way some of them are taking it on. They're taking it on in a respectful and an intelligent way, but they're getting their point across. So I came across this on TikTok. Occasionally, I will go on TikTok to see what the younger ones are doing, and I came across this, and I really liked it. So I'm going to let you see it, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about it.
Because I would say, arguably, if Black Americans was in some of y'all countries, those countries would be way more better than they are today.
And honestly, that's what y'all should do. But people are doing it. It's just on a small scale. So I think it's just more so the scale.
Because as a Black American, I don't know what it feels like to have to leave my country to go live somewhere else, because we have fought for everything for us to stay in this country and be able to make a living, not only for ourselves, but for the immigrants that's coming here. So I can't relate to leaving my country. I never did that. My people never left our country. We stayed here and fought for everything we had to get through: slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, all of that. We didn't have the luxury to be like, you know what? Let me go to fucking Saudi Arabia and just live my life thanks to the Saudi Arabians who made it possible. Like, no, we stood here and fought. So the fact that we have to get the disrespect, not even from not only from the white people, from the Asian people, now from the people that we thought was part of the African diaspora.
You supposed to click up.
Looking at us like, no, them niggas, you heard what they said on this shit. Stay away from them black. These are African people telling African people to stay away from Black Americans. How you don't feel like...
But you also have to look at the statistics. What is it showing? Like, if I was to be with an American man, just any typical man, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to be a baby mama. So that's what they're seeing. So if I marry an African man,
that's like me going to fucking Africa. 9 times out of 10, the poverty and all the fucking the corrupt politicians. It's the same shit.
And for me to see these Africans sit up here talking about Black Americans is really beyond laughable for me. Especially when you consider how the Africans themselves who are here working talk about how Africans beg back home. See, I don't relate to that. Your family members begging one person to send money back to everybody in the church and everybody in the village. See, I don't relate to that. And he was absolutely right. We don't see running as an option because we fought for this. We stayed here and fought for this. We built this. We have a culture here. We have history here. We have agency here. We have advocacy here. Everybody we care about is here. What are we going to run for? And what are we going to run to when they are running away from their own stuff? Running away from the richest resource wealth in the world. And you're going to run to their country. And then she says, well, you should go over there and build. No, you go over there and build up. And then they'll come back over there and tell you to go home. Those people don't have any integrity. I don't see. After hundreds of years of colonizing, of pillaging and plundering and coming over there and taking everything that's not nailed down, they still don't see the enemy for who he is. They look over in the United States and see enemies with Black Americans, people who don't even know them and haven't been around them for hundreds of years. They come over here trying to compete with us. And if you say anything to them about why they're over here, they'll start talking about, well, America's over to our country, destabilizing our country, and they're doing this, that, and the other to our country. Well, why are you over here competing with black Americans? Why don't you challenge the white people? See, to me, these people don't have reasoning ability. They think they're very smart, but they really aren't. They really aren't smart. So there is a difference between how we think and how they think. And there's a difference between how they think and how the rest of the world thinks. Look at Vietnam. That country was torn apart during that Vietnam War. But now they have rebuilt that country and they have a viable economy. The Middle East was nothing but sand at one point. But oil and natural gas were discovered in the Middle East. And now those are thriving economies. Africa has the greatest resources of any country, of any of the countries in the world. And they are still in poverty, running away from their countries instead of building and stabilizing their own economies, running to other people's country, bragging about getting a job. So the reason they don't relate to us is because they are not us. I don't believe we're the same people. I really don't. But here they are sitting up in there trying to look like black Americans running their mouth. So I am happy to see that black Americans are now seeing the big picture. And the big picture is there is nowhere to run to. And instinctively we knew that. Because when they keep talking about Marcus Garvey tried to take black people back to Africa in 1921, what would we have been going back to in Africa in 1921? And when it's not, when now it's 2024 and they're running away from Africa, running over here for what we worked for, and then trying to give you the finger in the process. So I'm proud of the youth, and I'm proud of the position that they're taking, and that they understand what was done here for their benefit, and that they continue to gatekeep what we have worked for, because in the same way that they come over here talking crap about us, they'll come over here and take everything you got and then turn around and call you lazy when they are the lazy ones. You are the lazy person who won't even work for your own country, won't work for your own people, won't work for what's yours, won't take a stand and fight for what's yours, but will run to somebody else's country and try to brag about them sharing what they have with you, and then you turn around and start talking smack. Now I'm going to end with this. On the basis of a lie, this man named Frank Lutz, who is a political pundit for the Republicans, told a lie and said Nigerians were the most successful immigrants to the United States, and they ran with that. And that is nothing but a lie. Nigerians are not only not the most successful immigrants to the United States, they're not even the most successful Africans. You have to go down a long list to find Nigerians on the list. But they ran with that because they don't have any class and they don't have any manners. But for black Americans, it's time to take the stand that you have to take in order to show who you are and appreciate what was done here for black Americans and for our generations to come. We started out with the right attitude. We wanted more blacks to come to the United States because America was allowing people from other parts of the world to come to the United States and benefit from the hard work that our ancestors had put into this country. So we wanted them to come. We advocated for them to come. But when they came here, they showed no gratitude. They do not have the ability to be grateful for anything that anybody does for them, because even their children complain that they sit over there in Africa and beg and beg and beg. And when their children, who are often struggling here to make it, send money back home to them, they don't have the decency to say thank you or to call to see how they're doing. So you're dealing with very ungrateful people. So we just have to keep that before us at all times. So anyway, that's what I got to say about that. But these Africans will sit there and with their full chest say some arrogant, off the wall thing that doesn't make sense to anybody but them. So we have to be careful about that and be prepared to check them every time they do it. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about this video.